Hey Rick, why are you so grumpy?
That's a good question. A lot of people say a lot of different things, but let's keep it specific to one thing today. Um, I wanted to talk about chemicals, life through chemicals, mechanic in a bottle, if you want to call it that. And the funny thing is we've got one that's called mechanic in a bottle. I want to you guys to think about what you're putting in your engine and what the repercussions of it are. This one claims that it fixes poor and non-running engines. I have no idea what they're thinking here or anybody that buys this what they're thinking about. I'm going to leave that one alone right now. A couple of them that we see a lot, diesel dry, water remover, injector cleaner, stuff like that. Let's talk real quick about these. We have water and fuel lights in diesels. The really good reason for that is we can't handle water in our engines. The water does damage to injectors, injector pumps, stuff like that. So we have a water separator. If we maintain that, it works great. If it gets overwhelmed, then we've got problems. We have to physically remove the water from the tank. But some people think, oh, it's a natural thing. I'll just use this chemical, a few dollars, and then I don't have to go to the mechanic, and I'll save a lot of money. Well, the way this stuff works is it's got alcohol in it. Alcohol emulsifies the water, turns it to nice little droplets, pushes it through the system, and when it gets to wherever it's going, hopefully combustion chamber, it explodes, goes out the tailpipe. But what we find is that in the precision, high performance fuel injection systems that we have nowadays, the water ends up in the pump and it etches. And a little bit here and a little bit there adds up to high pressure oil pump or fuel pump failure. So I urge people, please do not use these, especially if they have alcohol in them. Read the back of them. Isopropyl alcohol, ethanol, anything. Don't use them in your diesel engine. Couple other ones. Big, huge problem. Hey, I've got a coolant leak. I heard it could be this, that, or the other. I'm going to put in some stop leak. Stop leak doesn't know where the hole is. It just knows there's a hole there. It's looking for a leak, cracked head, head gasket, coolant hose. But diesel engines have oil coolers in them. Oil coolers have small passages. This stuff will plug up those small passages. We have to physically replace that oil cooler. We do them every single week because of stuff like this. If you've got a coolant leak, let's address it. Let's put a water pump on it. Let's fix the hose. Let's whatever it is. This will make it worse. It'll end up making a small repair into a big repair. What else we got? Automatic transmission stop leak. If you've got a transmission leak, we don't really do transmission work that much, but we're under the vehicle. We see leaks. If you've got a transmission fluid leak, please do not put this in there. What they're doing is swelling up the seals. It seals for a while. The problem goes away. It will come back, and it'll come back with a vengeance, usually with, I got to replace the transmission. Okay. Oil stop leak, same thing as the transmission stop leak. If we've got a seal leaking, front main seal, rear main seal, oil pan seal, how is this chemical keeping that oil from leaking through that seal? It swells it up. It makes it softer, and it shortens the life of it. Okay, last thing. Freon. We all have freon leaks, natural occurrence through hoses, a little bit porosity. Maybe we have an O-ring go bad or something. Manufacturers decide, let's put a little stop leak in the system. Well, a little leak ends up turning into a compressor failure, a stopped up orifice tube, a stopped up condenser from the inside. So we end up, a little leak can cause us to replace the whole system. Somebody says, hey, how could all of these things go bad at the same time? They didn't. One thing happened, another thing happened, another thing happened, and it all leads back to this. Worst thing about this stop leak is that it also gums up our machine. So we end up having to replace filters. We actually had to replace the machine because of a failure. It gummed up. But that's our problem. We look for this when you bring in the vehicle, and if it's got stop leak in, then we'll replace the system rather than take a chance on ruining our machine, which is $78,000. Anyway, real quick overview of what chemicals not to put in. Just last thought, think about what you're doing before you take a chance on chemicals. Thanks a lot.